More like Task Force Horny Cane, am I right? Episode 10 of Prime Video's Countdown not only pushed one pair of team members to the very cusp of romance, it also planted the seed for another potential workplace romance. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. With the Volchek threat neutralized, the bombs were too easily defused and Volchek shot dead. Deputy Detective Mark Meacham, played by Jensen Ackles, and DA Agent Amber Oliveras, Jessica Camacho, got to finally kick back on Mark's folksy front porch and look to the future. Namely, they anticipated a future in which they build on the closeness that has developed between them. Mark asked to put a pin in that idea for the time being, given that A, his romantic history is famously rocky, and B, he has his tumor treatment and recovery still ahead of him, and nothing throws cold water on nascent romance like having to wipe drool from a partner's chin, he suggested. He also delicately declined Amber's offer to stay the night, but as a consolation prize extended his hand to her, to sweetly hold. During that same shiny happy coda capping the Volchek case, we saw FBI agents Keontae Bell, Elliot Knight, and Evan Shepard, Violett Beane, out to dinner at a restaurant, where they bumped into no less than the latter's unpredictable sister Molly, Michelle Deshawn. Molly was pleased to meet the famous Agent Bell, indicating that Evan has at the very least sung her hot teammates' praises in private. Molly then blurted out the $1 million cue. "Hey, you two guys a thing?" But Evan nixed that theory, claiming they're just colleagues. The way that Evan sometimes looks at Keontae, though, sure suggests that a spark is there. Did dinner lead to a dessert? This much we know. As mentioned during that dinner, a post-Volchek Shepard proceeded to make tracks for WFO, the FBI's Washington, D.C. field office, and asked Bell to keep an eye on her sister there in Los Angeles. One 10-month time jump. Later, both Shepard and Bell were invited onto to see Nathan Blythe's, Eric Dane, new task force armor, which is investigating a brewing political assassination plot. Shepard and Bell instantly began clicking again, with the latter pointedly saying how glad he was to see her again. Keontae also said with some urgency that he needs to update Evan on Molly, but the new, unfolding crisis pulled him into the field before he could elaborate. They're a little pair of cuties. Does Countdown cast member Violett Beane think that Evan and Keontae are, or could be, a thing, as suggested by Molly? "Oh my God, are they?" she remarked with some, perhaps feigned, surprise when presented by TV Line with that prospect. "You know, they get along very well," Beane went on to note. "They're more similar than they think, they're both career-driven. And they're both little cuties. They're a little pair of cuties. So, let's see what happens with the two of them," she teased. "Who knows what could happen?"